This is the one that nobody likes to hear in this social media era is you got to do it for a decade. I have not promised get rich quick. I am not that guy. I'm trying to help you be an everyday wealth builder and build wealth over a decade. And again, don't forget the first 5 years suck. Is one rental at a time dead? Is this a strategy that worked for 100 years and is no longer a go-to strategy? Well, if you listen to Ryan Pineda on the Row Built podcast, you might think it is. And I feel it's time that I address this video as I am still getting daily questions from my followers and friends via text, DMs, emails. I'm even having many of my weekly millionaire guests say, Zuber, did you see the video? What is your response? So I'm going to go ahead and give you my feedback on the video. I agree with some things. I disagree with some things. I kind of agree with a few. And note that I certainly look forward to having this conversation later today with the three amigos to hopefully put this topic to bed. But what did I agree with? Again, if you haven't seen the video, go to Row Built. It is, I think, the last or maybe the second to last video with Ryan Pineda on the channel. And the first thing I will agree with is A, you should focus on being a deal finder, right? I do believe one of the things that we preach on this channel is you need to have a buy box. You need to have discipline. You need to continually look even when you don't have money. And as I've said many times, you make your money when you purchase. So again, I agree. I think everybody should become good at finding deals. In fact, I call them good, great, deals of a year, deal of a decade, deal of a lifetime. You've heard me say all of these terms. Second, and probably most importantly, but very subtle, I agree you will not, I want to repeat, not get wealthy from one rental in 1 year. I have never told you to go ahead and buy a rental and quit your job. I agree that is not a good strategy. In fact, you have heard me say forever, this is a 10-year wealth building journey. When I talk about one rental at a time, it is about getting wealthy. It is not about the $200. Now, as we've talked for years, that scales and grows and all of that, and will turn into something. So those are the two things I agree with. Become a deal finder, and you will not get rich on one rental in 1 year. So what do I disagree with? I disagree with everybody becoming a wholesaler. I think Ryan Pineda is a unicorn, and I mean that in the kindest way possible. It's a compliment. He has the ability to have an idea and create a business. In fact, I think it is so easy for him that he forgets that he's a unicorn, right? You heard Ed Milet one time say that 9% of us are entrepreneurs. Ryan Pineda is clearly in that group, which means 91% of folks are like me and probably like you. We are employees. That's where we thrive. That's where we fit. And as long as we understand the rules, we can buy one rental a year with a 10-year plan and get wealthy. So I disagree. Everybody should become a wholesaler. It is not easy. Lots of people fail. You lose money. And secondarily, I disagree with the idea that everybody should start a business. I think starting a businesses are full of risk and hard and stress, and most fail. Again, I think Ryan Pineda is a unicorn. And again, I mean that in the kindest way possible. Most of us can't even fathom what he does. I've spoken to him probably 50 times in the last 4 or 5 years, and I'm still in awe of the number of businesses and how his mind works. It's just at a different speed than mine. Not good or bad. Again, it's not about good or bad. It's just different. So again, I think Ryan needs to understand how unique he is. Now, probably for the most important, the kind of. So in the video, Ryan basically went on to say, you need to focus on growing your active income, right? That's the thing. Go make 200 grand. I think he said a dozen times, which I think is, again, back to him being a unicorn, right? He can create this M19 mastermind golf thing and make $500,000 in a month. Most of us, 99.9% of us, couldn't even fathom doing that. And that's okay. That's not bad. That's not good. It's just different. Again, why is this a kind of? Well, as you've heard me say for years, the wealth building formula is 3 steps. And step 1 is growing discretionary income. Excuse me, fighting a sneeze. For guys like Ryan, the unicorns, he is absolutely right. You should focus on growing top line active income. I believe for most of us, myself included, we should probably take an honest assessment like Olivia and I did and audit our expenses, because we were able to remove thousands of dollars from our monthly expenses in the first 6 months. And all of that fell to the bottom line very quickly. Cutting expenses, getting rid of wants, only executing on needs has the most immediate and direct impact. Now, step 3 of step 1, or option 3, is you can do both. And let's be clear, I think you can do both. I think you can grow income, side hustle, change jobs, whatever, commission, and cut expenses. And then step 2 of the wealth formula is you got to become elite at something. So I was lucky enough to speak with Rob from Row Built yesterday. I think that video comes out in a week or so. And Rob is executing an Airbnb strategy with unique properties, with unique experiences, and he's killing it. So again, if you want to become elite at something, it's not about being in the middle. It's about being the best at it. You could be Ryan Pineda and run lots of businesses and golf masterminds and WealthCon and all of these great things. Become elite. You can be Rob and become the top 1% Airbnb host. You can become just like me, have a buy box, own 4, 5, 6 rentals over a decade, and you will get wealthy. And then this is the one that nobody likes to hear in this social media era, is you got to do it for a decade. I have not promised get rich quick. I am not that guy. I'm trying to help you be an everyday wealth builder and build wealth over a decade. And again, don't forget, the first 5 years suck. So first off, folks, I want to thank everyone who reached out to me, told me about the video, asked me my thoughts, asked me my opinions. It means the world to me that my audience looks to protect the story of One Rental at a Time. That was a wonderful feeling to have now probably 50 people tell me about this interview and say, you need to respond. I want to thank Rob for interviewing me yesterday to allow me to respond. And yeah, hopefully when that video comes out, you will enjoy it. So let's get on to the topic at hand, probably why you are here today, the daily financial news. We got to start with the JOLTS report. It is the first of 3 jobs number. Friday, again, is the biggie. Friday is the day that I think we guarantee a 50 basis point cut. I think the numbers on Friday will be worse than expected. I think we will get a nasty 7-figure revision to jobs over the last year, and we will just anchor on a 50. But we shall see. I have been wrong before. JOLTS, though, was very weak. Last month, it came in at 7.43. It was expected to fall slightly to 7.38. It collapsed to 7.18. I have not checked the 10-year note this morning. I should have. My guess is the 10-year note is down today because this is the first of 3 jobs numbers, and it is weak. Something else I saw yesterday was the M2 money supply is growing again. It had actually been shrinking for, 16, 18 months. M2 money supply is growing at over 5%. Have I not said inflation is a feature, not a bug? Watch M2 Money Supply. What else do we got? We got McDonald's earnings. McDonald's is now bringing back extra value meals as they look to entice the lower income and middle income. McDonald's CEO says the U.S. is a two-tiered economy right now, and we must re-engage the low-income consumer. Constellation Brands cut guidance, challenging macro environment. They actually forecast that beer sales are going to fall 2 to 4%. We did get construction spending yesterday. Construction spending is down 9 months in a row. Had negative month on month, and construction spending is down 2.8% year on year. Let's talk about our school community. First, thank you, Matt. Thank you, Brian, for joining. I just want to highlight the last 5 topics because I think more of you need to be inside school because you need to be around other wealth builders. Here are the last 5 topics that I noted. One is, how do you execute a 1031 exchange today? This poster talked about my story of flipping or 1031ing 8 houses into apartments. But how would I do it today? I thought that was a great question because the timing is different. 42% discount off original list price. Shout out disrespectful offers. Advice on short sale deals in Dallas, Texas. We got some people going after foreclosures and short sales. A question about school districts. Should it be part of your criteria or not? And then finally, there was a new member introduction. Folks, give our school community a test drive. It's not a year-long commitment. It is month to month, 67 pennies a day. And don't forget, you'll get to talk with Jared this Sunday at 8 o'clock. 8 a.m. Pacific, about rent by room or co-living. Again, Jared will be a speaker at our upcoming Vegas event. When you're talking about Vegas, don't forget, if you buy your tickets in September, you will get a $100 credit to my teachable courses. You could buy several of the $50 courses or the Get Your Money Right course. Or if you want, you could take that $100 and apply it to the big course, how to get started one rental at a time and save $100. Not only do you get $100 credit, but you'll also get a discussion in October with only the ticket buyers from September. So it will be an intimate conversation where you ask me any and all questions and we just have a good time. Next up, next up, we got earnings from Macy's. Macy's beat top line and bottom line and raised guidance. In fact, Macy's had the best comparable sales growth in the last 3 years. I don't know about you folks, but when I think about Macy's and the fact that they're beating numbers, I just wonder how weak the economy is. They kind of sit in that middle ground, right? They kind of serve the mid-market. So thought that was interesting. Redfin says Las Vegas housing is dropping fast as months of supply, as supply is up 31%, as demand stumbles. To me, folks, all I hear is good news, good news, good news. I am looking to get that first rental in Henderson. So keep slowing down. Keep giving me options. Keep letting me beat up Lennar and try to get a multiple house deal done. Got an update on mortgage applications, down 3% week on week, but up 17% year on year. And finally, anybody invested in Alphabet, aka Google, you will like to know that it looks like you've avoided the worst case scenario. It looks like you will not have to divest Chrome or Android. Looks like also that means that Google will be paying Apple billions and billions of dollars to be the default browser. And then finally, folks, if you are a landlord, you must give Steadily Insurance a chance. All of us are seeing insurance prices rising and coverage getting worse. Make sure you give them a quote. Maybe they can help you. Maybe they can't. They are often helping Olivia and I. Their hit rate on our portfolio is about 80%. About 80% of the time when we send something to them, they give us better price or better coverage. And many times both, slightly better price, but better coverage. So see if they're right for you. Maybe they can help. Maybe they can't. You won't know until you try. Link in the bottom of this video. All right, folks, take care. Have a wonderful day. And again, it means the world to me that so many of you reached out about the Ryan Pineda video and asked me for my response. That means you really do care about the brand, about the story, and you wanted to help me. So thank you very much. Later.